Hi guys, and welcome to this Photoshop tutorial football design. In today's video I'm taking you through how I made this Chelsea Nicholas Jackson poster, which was requested by one of my loyal followers. So I hope you enjoy this video. I'm taking requests below for my next videos, but until then, let's get started. Right, so let's start this video off. So I've got my subjects, which is Nicholas Jackson. And I've just gone to select and subject to cut them out, and here I'm just using the shift lasso tool, holding down shift to add the plus sign so I can add in the bits that have been missed on the subject. And then I've just sped this bit up because obviously you guys are about to see this, I'm just cutting them out. But yeah, shift for the plus to add to the selection, and its option to take away from the selection, which would be the minus sign, obviously. But yeah, I sped this bit up just because this is the boring part. We don't need to watch this. Right, so now I've hidden the player, and I've got this nice background that kind of has a similar look to the Chelsea kit. That kind of flowing texture in the background. That's in the Chelsea kit. So I thought it'd be quite cool to use this, and now I've got a nice just shape rectangle with the shape tool, and I've double clicked on it and done a gradient layer on top of it, and I'm finding a nice kind of gradient blue to go with it. So next I've grabbed my Nicholas Jackson, my bigger image of him. And a cool celebration it is. I put him into the box, as I'd like to have this kind of him in the box, and then the other player, the other version of him, kind of in front of it, running, which I think would look quite a cool look to the design, let's say. So I decided to go with a bigger box, just because that's what I thought in the moment. Not really much reason to it. Thought it looked quite cool. And now I'm getting my other Nicholas Jackson just to put him in the position that I want him to be in. So guys, this is actually, this edit was recommended by one of my legendary subscribers. Let's say that. Thank you. And yeah, he literally just commented and requested to have a Chelsea edit and possibly of Nicholas Jackson. So yeah, I'm doing that because obviously this page I'm doing it for you guys, obviously for myself as well, but for you guys, and I want you guys to enjoy it. And if you have requests, honestly, just put them in the comments, because I'll do edits. So if you want, I don't know, a Brighton edit or a Barcelona edit or something, a match day, just let me know, because I'll happily do it. I'll put them in line for my next videos. So yeah, feel free to do that. But anyways, I'm going to get the Chelsea logo, but the actual lion logo, not the normal Chelsea logo. And then I wanted just to put it into the background of the rectangle. Just like a soft look in the background, which adds quite a nice effect. Has that resemblance to Chelsea, and I think it looks quite cool. So I clip that to the rectangle. That's by holding Option and hovering that over the between the two layers. But first I had to convert the layer to a smart object. Both of them. Well, the rectangle, because you can't clip anything unless it's been edited directly, like by a color overlay. So yeah, convert it to a smart object, and then clip the line to the rectangle, and then I've just faded it out and used soft light for it to have that nice kind of just soft look to it. It's faded and not too noticeable, but noticeable for it to you would be able to tell that it's the Chelsea logo in the piece. So now I've got that kind of background sorted. I'm going to go to Camera Raw Filter, and this is where the magic happens. Obviously we play around with shadows and highlights, clarity, contrast. This really makes the players stand out and look more in the design, let's say. And yeah, just play around with this. I like sharpening the players a little bit, but this one is quite sharpened already, as you can see, so I only left it at 10. Or even less, actually, as I see now. But yeah, and then I go to adjustments and add shadow and highlights on top of that, just to soften the look. But yeah, and now I've added, not added a mask, there was already a mask. I've literally used a black brush on top of the mask just to fade out it into the rectangle, which looks quite cool. And then if you want to invert it, you just click X, and then you have the white brush to paint back in if you made any mistakes. Right, so now I'm going to do this Nicholas Jackson, the same thing in camera raw filter. Again, play around with some of the filters, contrast, etc. to get what I want it to look like, what I want him to look like. So it's already looking pretty good. Sort of match the kind of shadow and highlights with each other of both of Nicholas Jackson. So they're blended into the piece quite well. Here I'm just kind of playing around with the different kind of positioning of the rectangle, but I soon realised I didn't like that. Yeah, but next I create a layer and I go to edit, fill, 50% grey, and then I put it on overlay, and that's clipped to Nicholas Jackson. Then I go to the dodge tool to paint in the shadows of the player, and this just really makes them stand out even further. I'll do this to all my players that I edit on. It really makes a difference to the piece. So yeah, I highly recommend doing this. It's pretty simple. Once you get the hang of it a few times, you won't go back, and you'll probably do this on most of the your player edits. Well, at least I do. But you don't have to listen to me if you don't want to. Do you, pretty much. But yeah, and now I've gone to the light tool. I've forgotten the name of it. It might come back to me in a minute, but this is basically the opposite of it, and it's just doing the highlights. And you just paint over the lighter parts where the highlights are being shown. And as you can see, this is on about 10% exposure, not too heavy, but it does make quite a difference in the end. And it's come back to me, it is the dodge tool. I just realised the dodge tool is the highlight tool pretty much when you're doing this. Last few bits, and then I'm going to move on to my other Nicholas Jackson. And yes, I add a colour lookup as well, a nice 3-strip look, and clip that to Nicholas Jackson, and you can just brings out the vibrance. But yeah, I've sped up this one because I'm just doing the exact same process as I just did for the other one. And I add a colour lookup to that, as you can see, it just brings out the vibrance and matches the players to each other. Now we're going to make some nice shadows below the running Jackson, and I put it to about 30% flow, make it as kind of quite thin, and just literally paint in the shadows just below. What you can do as well, I didn't do this on this, but you can obviously add an exposure layer to Jackson and clip it to him, bring it down, just invert it, and then kind of paint in some shadows below his feet. That can sometimes bring a bit more realism to the piece. I didn't do that here, but I do in some other edits that I do. So now I'm going to add the text, because obviously a poster normally needs some text, especially this one, because it looks, if I left it like this, it looks a little bit bland. But yeah, so first of all though, I'm just making the background a little bit more blue with a hue saturation layer, and I colorized it and just brought the saturation up so it sort of matches the kit. And I thought I was going to do text, but that was obviously later. Now I am putting in a texture overlay. I obviously did the edit earlier and I'm sort of talking over it now, so sometimes I forget which order I do it in, so apologies there. But yeah, so I've put this texture to multiply and reducing the opacity to about 30%, as you can see, and I think this just gives it quite a cool look to that rectangle over the Chelsea logo. And here I'm trying another texture on top. I didn't like this one in the end, so spoilers, this one doesn't last in the actual final edit, as you'll see in a minute. I kind of liked it, but it just, I don't know, I thought it made the edit look a little bit cheap, if I was going to say. But yeah, if you might have liked it, so let me know if I should have kept this in. But yeah, I wasn't a big fan of it. I just sort of like the other texture over the Chelsea. I thought that worked really well. Added a bit more kind of depth to the piece, but not with this one. And here I'm just debating whether I like it or not, trying out different things, but in the end, I was like, hell no. I'll send that back to the folder for maybe another edit. And I'm still trying it, I'm still debating it, but no. Bye-bye. Right, so now I've made another layer and I've done the same thing, a 50% fill, and then I'm going to camera filter on that layer, put the grain up, and then reduce the opacity and change the mode to hard light. And I put this on literally over the background of my edit, and it just adds a nice grain effect, as you can see, just to the background. It makes it look more professional, as that grain kind of makes it look more like a poster or like a match day program, which I do quite with a lot of my edits. So now I am making a little reflective shadow of Nicholas Jackson. That was literally just duplicating Jackson, doing a 180-degree turn, putting them underneath and reducing the opacity, and also adding a blur to it, because there normally will be a blur to make it a little bit more realistic. As you can see now, just a nice Gaussian blur to about 1.5, which I was quite happy with. I think it's quite a cool effect. It's like almost like a mirror effect, and just adds a little bit more to the piece, more to look at, let's say. So now I've gone and got the Chelsea badge, as he plays for Chelsea. And yeah, just adding some of the final touches to the edit now. Moving on to text as well, putting in his position. I've got this quite cool text that I use called Dame effect, a damn text. I think that's how you say it. I think it's quite a modern kind of sleeky, neat kind of text. Poster text, I'd say. Yeah, pretty happy with it. So now I'm adding in Nicholas Jackson, obviously the name, just down here. Thought a nice little difference. Got the text on the badge up there, and you got some levels to it, and you got the text just down here as well. Balances out quite nicely. So here I wanted to change the font to a nice kind of almost like a signature of his first name just on top of Jackson. I thought this looked pretty neat. And that is a black sword text, and most of these fonts are found in font.com. I've mentioned it in my other videos before. Honestly, if you want some cool fonts, just go under font.com. They're free. Some of them have commercial use. Some of them, it will say on the sides. Just make sure you check that as well. But yeah, honestly, go and download them for free. It's a really good website. So now coming to the end of the video, I'm just getting a Premier League logo. I thought that'd be a nice little addition, as he's in the Premier League. And yeah, I just wanted to add that up to the poster as well. And just double clicked on that, add a color overlay to make it a nice white. So that is pretty much it. Thanks to my fellow subscriber for influencing me to do this edit. As I said, I'm more than happy to take other recommendations for future edits. I really enjoyed this one. I really enjoyed doing this edit. It's quite nice for a change. Sometimes not doing it on Liverpool because a lot of my edits are on Liverpool. But let me know down below in the comments what you thought of the video. Hope this has helped you, provided some inspiration. And yeah, please like the video if you enjoyed it. And don't forget to subscribe. There's plenty more videos coming this way. And you don't want to miss out. But yeah, until next time, guys, see you later.